And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Big day on Sunday for the Georgia Southern Eagle football team, who found out finally 100% sure where they're going to be going bowling and who they're going to be playing. They're going to be playing in the Camilla Bowl, which will be taking place December 15th in Montgomery, Alabama, and they'll be taking on Eastern Michigan out of the MAC Conference. They finished the season with a 7-5 record. We had a chance to talk with Georgia Southern head coach Chad Lunsford and quarterback Shai Werts. We'll also hear a little bit from athletic director Tom Kleinlein on how the season went for the Georgia Southern football team to this point. Also a little bit about the bowl game coming up for the Eagles. We'll also be heading out to the high school hardwood, where we had quite a few games in our area. You had the Statesboro Blue Devils sweeping on Friday night. The Blue Devils took care of business as they took on Effingham County. Then on Saturday, they swept Swainsboro. As for the Bulloch Academy Gators, they split at home against Robert Toombs. The girls fell by 3 points, and the boys were able to win pretty easily. And as for the Portal Panthers, like Bulloch Academy, they split. The girls lost their game at home against Bryan County, and the boys won fairly easily. We'll head out for highlights of all those games for you and have much more in just a moment.
The Medical Center Pharmacy on Grenade Street is proud to be your Health Mart pharmacy in Statesboro. The Medical Center Pharmacy, locally owned and serving this community for 50 years, is open 364 days a year. The pharmacists at Medical Center know there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. That's why they take the time to know their customers, explain their medications, and answer any questions. The Medical Center Pharmacy, your Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles getting set for their second bowl game in school history. Coming off a couple of tough seasons, the Eagles managed to go 9-3 during the regular season, and now they'll be heading to Montgomery, Alabama. We had a chance to talk with Georgia Southern head coach Chad Lunsford and quarterback Shai Werts about the final decision coming down and how excited they are about heading out.
It's very exciting, knowing what we did last year with the 2-10 season, and to come and flip it this year to 9-3 with the opportunity to get number 10. So, very excited to do something that's never been done here, and we're looking forward to it. It means a lot, cause like they know how I feel to struggle, and now they know how I feel to to be on the ups a little bit. So, like I said, it feels good to be in the position that we're in. All glory to the Most High, but we trying to get number 10. Eastern Michigan is a great team, team that beat Purdue, who beat Ohio State. So it's going to be a good team, going to be a good game. So we ready. There's been a lot of talk, comparing the bowl game they went to before. I wasn't here, so I didn't get to experience that. But sounds like it's going to be a fun time. Another opportunity to play football, the game we love, and we're excited to try to get number 10. We ready. We ready. Ain't no fear of us. Ain't no fear of none of that. We're going to go out there and play our game. These practices that we get between now and the bowl game is gonna be very vital to this game that we finna get ready to play. And it's gonna also get the young guys who haven't really played opportunity to get some more practice under their belt. And we're excited.
Pretty close to Atlanta. Last time you were in Atlanta, you saw how many fans travel. Yeah. You guys pretty excited about the fact that it's in Montgomery.
Yeah.
You should get a good crowd out there.
Oh, yeah, of course. I don't think that's too far away from here. So, yeah, like you said, we'll have a good crowd out there. And as always, I know Ignacy gonna be out there cheering. Hopefully we can give them a show.
Excited about this opportunity for Georgia Southern and our football team to be able to go to the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl down in Montgomery, Alabama. So we're very excited about that. And, this opportunity is something that we don't take lightly. For being able to do it in 2015 and go to Mobile and have a bowl game, that was something that was very special for Georgia Southern. And so, again, 2 years of not being able to go, excited about this, excited about a great opponent in Eastern Michigan, and just excited that we're going to have this opportunity to go down and just show what Georgia Southern football is about.
Coach, what do you know about Eastern Michigan? What do you expect?
Well, the little bit I've been able to look at them, what's really impressive is they've won their last 3 games. They've actually won 5 of their last 6, and one of those losses coming to a top 25 team in Army. And then also, too, them beating Purdue, who's beaten Ohio State. So obviously a really good opponent, really good football team.
Coach, the seniors have been through this before. They know a little bit about it. But when they played, it was their first time, and you guys were pretty successful. Maybe came out of the gates a little slow. Is there anything that you learned from the first bowl experience that you feel like will help when you guys go for this one?
Well, I think this time, obviously we do have some players that made that trip. And I think that helps with the young guys that maybe haven't done this before, because our guys are a tight-knit group, and they really listen to one another, and the leaders of this team do a really good job with them. So I think that's an advantage. Obviously, having the opportunity to go earlier, that allows me to we're going to the GoDaddy Bowl in 2015. That allows me to maybe change some things up that maybe didn't go well when we went down there, but maybe stick to some things that did work out well for us. So we'll lean on some of those experiences and try to make sure we put our best plan in place.
Coach, you saw the Georgia Southern fan base in the Atlanta area come out for the Georgia State game. Having this game in Montgomery should be a big advantage for you guys as far as the number of fans that you're going to have travel. How do you feel about that?
We talked about that all year. Lots of times we talked about the power of Paulson and our ability to play at home. And then, we struggled a little bit on the road. And toward the end of the season, we quit talking about the power of Paulson and we started talking more about the power of Eagle Nation. And, and that was something that really showed up. Coastal, we had a great crowd show up, and then Georgia State, unbelievable crowd show up in Atlanta and, really take over. And we were able to feed off that energy. So us being in Montgomery, hour and a half, 2 hours from Atlanta, real easy for our alumni base and our fans to be able to get down there. We're expecting a big crowd and looking forward to being able to feed off of that.
And stay with us. Coming up next, we'll hear from Georgia Southern Athletic Director Tom Kleinlein.
What does it mean to have financial freedom?
At Queensboro Wealth Management, we're helping people figure that out
and giving them a plan to get there.
If you have a desire to take control of your finances and live with financial purpose,
we will use every bit of our knowledge to help you. And there's no cost to get started.
Download a free kit from our website, then give any of us a call. QWM is Queensboro Wealth Management. Let's begin today.
Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy. In-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests and ultrasounds, in-house lab. And introducing our new nurse practitioner, Melissa Beasley, as we now accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care. Looking for that perfect Christmas tree? Then head over to Wiggins Christmas Trees on Highway 80 West in Statesboro, featuring locally grown Leland cypress and Fraser fir from the mountains of North Carolina.
We got trees a week from yesterday. They came in. Got plenty of trees right now, but we're selling them. Hopefully we'll have enough to last the rest of the year, but if not, maybe I could go back and get some more. We've got Leland, Cypress in the field, and then we've got the Fraser Fur that comes from North Carolina. We will deliver, and the boys will deliver for whatever tips. We try to be as good to the customers as possible. We're open every day from 10 to 7, Saturday 9 to 7, Sunday 1 to 7.
Well, with a successful season comes much talk about contract extensions. We had a chance to talk with Georgia Southern Athletic Director Tom Kleinlein about how he felt the football season went and about contract extensions as well as the upcoming bowl game.
Yeah, very excited. I had a great year. Not only the development that we saw and the progress we saw on the field, but progress off the field. I think when you look at the amount of things that Chad and his staff did with our guys, not only football-wise, but in the community and in the classroom, it's the total development of our football players, and that's what we try to strive for here at Georgia Southern. And again, it tops all off with a successful season. Nine wins after last year is something really to be excited about.
What did you see in him that made you feel like he could be just successful?
Well, I think I said a little bit of it when we hired him. When you look at somebody that's coached on special teams, coached on both sides of the ball, they have to relate to both sides of the ball's players. They have to relate to offensive guys and defensive guys. And he was a big part of the recruiting process, being the recruiting coordinator. So he had touched every player in some way on our current team at the time. And then just his demeanor and watching what he did those last couple of games when they put him in the interim role and watched how he gathered the team, a team that necessarily wasn't all bought into what we were about at that time, and kind of got him turned around and got him believing in him and believing in his philosophies. And that's taken off this year. I mean, you look at the way the kids rally around him and the way the players just gravitate towards him. It's a sign that they have a trust in their head coach. And I think he's done a great job of gaining their trust.
Most people would say you took quite a risk going with someone who had not proven as a head coach. This could have gone one of a couple ways.
I think anytime you hire a head coach, whether they have head coaching experience or not, there's always a risk associated with it. To me, when I go through the process of hiring head coaches, whether it's football or any sport, I try to look at the leadership qualities that they bring. More and more in today's world of college athletics, the head coach is a CEO, is a leader, is somebody who defines the culture of that program. And those are qualities that you find in people that sometimes necessarily may not be a head coach.
I know when things like this happen, the contract extensions get talked. Can you enlighten us as to the contract extension?
Yeah, I always, it's like this thing the public has that all of a sudden Chad walks in or I sit down at the end of the season. These conversations have been going on throughout the entire season. I mean, when you look at the progress that our team has made, again, like we talked about earlier, on the field and off the field, this is a conversation that Chad and I have that's been fluid for several weeks. We've had a number of conversations about where he wants to be, what he wants to do, what he wants to try to do for his staff. I can tell you that those conversations are very deep right now. They've involved myself, the president, our foundation board, and we're talking about doing some things to coaches' contracts and enhancing salaries and those kind of things. And those things will be announced in the near future, but we are having those conversations and discussions right now.
Now you guys are riding high. 9 wins this season is just incredible. And now we're in the bowl situation that Georgia Southern's in. Explain a little bit about where you guys are right now.
What I look for in an opportunity is what's going to be a great opportunity for our young people who participated in our football program, right? We want to do the best thing for our players and our staff possible. What's going to give the most exposure to Georgia Southern? At the end of the day, we've always talked about athletics. Our opportunity is to serve the institution and promote the brand. So which game is going to give us that best opportunity? And then what's going to be the best opportunity for our fans to get there? Montgomery would be something that would be a huge appeal to us and our institution with the number of donors and alum that we have that live in Atlanta. It's 2 hours away from Atlanta. It's actually over 4 hours from Statesboro. So I think that would be a game that everybody could get to.
And stay with us. Coming up next, we'll head out to the high school hardwood.
No credit refused isn't just an offer, it's a way of business and has been for over 100 years. No banks, no ridiculous credit requirements. Just local Badcock store owners who treat you right and give you credit when others won't. It's never been easier to express your style and love your home.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Well, the Statesboro Blue Devil girls were in their Ladies Night Out tournament a couple weeks ago during the Thanksgiving holidays. This past week, they finally got a chance to play with their boys at home. Friday night, they were playing at home against Effingham. Saturday, they were taking on Swainsboro. Let's get out and take a look at some highlights from Statesboro and Effingham County. Statesboro High hosting Effingham County. The Blue Devils trying to get out to a hot start. Alexis Ward collects 2 of her 12 points. Next, Destiny Hartwell finds Bailey Roberts inside. Effingham would respond to keep it close, hitting from outside, but the Blue Devils right back. Jemiah Jones will find Roberts inside for 2 more. Jones next coming up with the spin move here and finishes. Later, Lacey Robbins to Madison Lee for the hoop and the foul. Robbins then going strong to the bucket for 2 herself. Then she'll find Destiny Hartwell. A nice pass. Statesboro up by 14 at the half. In the second half, Statesboro pulling away. Robbins, 3 of her 19 third quarter points. Jones, 2 of her 15 on the night. Robbins then the one-handed pass to Jones for 2 more. Robbins would then hit the pull-up 3. She'd finish with a game-high 28 points, and Statesboro rolls 76-32. To the boys' game we go. Statesboro and Effingham, and Blue Devils out to a hot start. Chris Hill with the putback. Joe Burns then steps outside, hits for 3 of his 12 points in the game. Jalen Hicks hits the floater. Statesboro up 10-1. Devin Michael later with the one-handed jam. Statesboro showing their depth. Jacob Edenfield for 3. O.J. Reese on the other end with the defensive pressure and the block. Zarion Griffin with the layup. Griffin then with the steal and the lefty finish. More from Griffin, and he comes up with the hoop and the foul. He finished with 12 points in the game. More Trimble then to Taylor Gilchrist. Kobe Altman would add a 3-pointer before the half. Statesboro takes a 20-point halftime lead. More of the same in the second half. Michael, another dunk. Next, Hicks hits from behind the arc for 3. Michael then for 2 more as he drives to the bucket. Reese then able to finish with a couple of fast break layups. And Statesboro would go on to win this one easily by a final score of 70-47. Statesboro also able to sweep Swainsboro on Saturday with the boys winning and the girls winning a close one in that one. Stay with us. Coming up next, we're going to head out to Bulloch Academy and Portal. Come visit us locally here in Statesboro at Piedmont Loop beside Walmart.
Friday night lights to early morning deer stands, Anderson's General Store in Statesboro is your tailgating and hunting headquarters. styles. Boots from Ariat, Georgia Boot, Irish Setter, Wolverine, and more. We have a pair for you. Check out our Costa and Ray-Ban sunglasses. And apparel from Columbia, Carhartt, and Drake. Dove, ducks, deer, we have all your hunting needs. And tailgate with a Big Green Egg or Traeger grill. Pack in the flavor with delicious sauces and rubs. Haul it all home with a utility trailer. Anderson's General Store, a general store, and so much more.
After playing 2 games against teams not many people were familiar with, Bulloch Academy finally getting into action against a team plenty of people have heard of, and that's Robert Toombs. The girls from Robert Toombs made it to the Final Four last year. The boys, no slouches either, but let's get out there and take a look at some highlights from Bulloch Academy and Robert Toombs from Saturday afternoon. First-year head coach Beth Burke in their home opener, Bulloch Academy hosting Robert Toombs. The Gators with the early lead. Reagan Ellis with the hoop and the foul. Later on the break, Allie Beth Presley finishes. But the Crusaders storm back. They go on a 19-2 run. This three by Peyton Nance made it 28-16. BA trying to respond. Abby Newton with the layup. Robert Toombs up by 6, though, at the half. Second half, the Crusaders start to pull away. They go up by 10. The Gators try and stay close. Reagan Ellis with the layup. Abby Newton then catches fire, scoring 14 of her 28 points in the fourth quarter. But it wasn't enough as they fall 57-54. To the boys' game we go, the home opener for first-year head coach Chance Cofield. Peerless Brown off back-to-back 30-point nights keeps things going. Don Aaron then with the hoop and the foul. Matt Childers coming up with the 3-ball. And then it's Cam Harrison ahead of the pack for the layup. Aaron in the corner for 3 more. Bulloch Academy out to an 11-point halftime lead. Second half, Will Aaron finishing. Next up, Ty Mingle. And then Brown, the hoop and the foul. He finished with 32, and BA rolls 70-46. And next up for the Gators, they'll head to Westminster coming up on Tuesday. As for the Portal Panthers, they were in action Saturday night hosting Bryan County. Let's get out for some of the highlights. Portal hosting Bryan County. The Panther girls in a deep hole, down 15-2, but Colby Moats hits the baseline jumper. Later, it's Tiana Coleman for 3. But Bryan County in control. Kelsey Leggett will stop and pop from the baseline, and Portal falls 54-25. In the boys' game, Portal trying to move to 4-0 on the season. After a rusty start, the Panthers get going. Devontae Brown on the break. Next, KJ Hayes with the bucket inside. Connor Washington starts to heat up. First, the pull-up jumper. Next, he spots up and knocks down the 3 from the corner. Portal up by 10 at the half. In the second half, the Panthers pull away the steal and the outlet to Brian Ware for the easy 2. Next, Tavassier Hurd inside to Hayes for 2 more of his team-high 19. Brown later, the pull-up jumper. And then from just inside the 3-point line, 2 more of his 15 points. Dorian Mosley getting in the scoring column with the layup. Then it's the no-look from Brown to Hayes. And finally, Hayes, 2 more as Portal wins easily 59-28. And stay with us. Coming up next, Jennifer Hirsch has her pick 6.
50 years. That's a lot of memories. And at Lee Hill & Johnston Insurers, we've been Statesboro's insurance people since 1963. Recognized as one of the leading agencies in Georgia, Lee Hill & Johnston is independent and offers a complete line of personal and business insurance for auto, life, home, and health. We'll shop companies to find the lowest premiums and best coverage for you, your family, or your business. Lee Hill and Johnston Insurers, the insurance people since 1963.
And it's that time once again, Jen's Pick Six. We're here with Jennifer Hurst. She's been struggling lately. She was 2-4 this last week. Josh was 5-1. No, I think you were 3-3.
I went 3-3.
I was 5-1. She made Paul Johnson retire. But as always, our picks are brought to you by
Leon Johnson.
All right.
And by the way, fans,
Yes.
did not have anything to do with Paul Johnson retiring.
You did, but you picked him.
I did pick him
against Georgia.
But see, he should give me credit.
That's true.
You know.
All right. Well, speaking of Paul Johnson, one of his assistant coaches, Jeff Monken, Army Navy, the big game coming up this week. It's the only college game on the slate, Jennifer. Army is giving Navy 7. Who do you like?
Okay. You know what? Wait a minute, Josh.
Yes.
Coach Monken used to coach Georgia Southern.
He did.
Okay. Well, a long time ago, I went up to him and I said it to him before. Before he left town, I said to Coach Monken, if we have your team on our sheet,
you're always going to pick them.
I'll pick you. So I'm picking Auburn this week. No.
Army. Tempted to take Navy just because I think it's going to be close, but
Wrong.
I got to take Jeff Monken, of course. All right. The Tennessee Titans. We're getting into the NFL here. You might get a chance, Jennifer. Tennessee is giving Jacksonville 4. Who do you like?
Minus 4 points, Josh.
Yeah.
You know, I was debating on this because I went through there not too long ago.
Went through Tennessee.
But I want to tell you, I'm going to go with Tennessee this week.
Yeah, they're at home. Yeah, I think I'm going with you on that one. All right, Kansas City giving 9 to Baltimore. Kansas City had a player that got in some big trouble this past week. What do you like?
Well, you know what? It might be trouble. And I'm picking Kansas City.
Justin Houston plays there. He used to go to Statesboro and Georgia.
Yes,
Two
now
of your
I remember.
favorites.
Yes.
I'm taking Baltimore to cover that 9 points. All right, Green Bay. They had their coach get fired. They're giving 6 points to your Falcons. Doesn't seem right. They just lost to Phoenix. Who you like?
Sorry, guys, but, you know, I'm a Georgia girl.
Yeah.
Okay? I realize that. And so as I was going down the sheet today, I was thinking really hard.
Saw Atlanta.
And I saw Atlanta, and then I looked at Atlanta scores, and I'm picking Atlanta this week.
I think some reason Green Bay gets back even though they fire their coach. New England is going down to Miami. It's kind of warm down there. It's kind of cold in New England. They don't usually play too well there. New England's giving 8 to the Miami Dolphins.
Okay, well, I'm surprised I didn't pick the Miami Dolphins to start off with, Josh, because I love the Dolphins.
Uh-oh.
And that's not like, no, I don't need to change because I got a great feeling about this. New England all the way.
I'm going against my team. I'm taking Miami to cover.
How dare you?
Not win, just cover the points.
Oh, let me just tell New England, he picked against you all the way.
Dallas. You used to call these your Romo boys, but they are not. Dallas is giving 4 to Philadelphia in a battle of the East. Who you like?
I'm picking Philadelphia Eagles this week.
Dallas, those are your old boys. Tony Romo.
Not anymore.
All right, well, that'll do it for this week. Jennifer, only a couple weeks left. She's got to catch me. I'm up by 3. And once again, our picks are brought to you by
Leon Johnson.
All right, we'll see you next week.